Hello and welcome to Pick a Card Palace. In today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to be looking at a no contact situation in order to see the person's current thoughts of you. Now, this reading may be for you if you are in a no contact situation with someone who's on your mind and who you want to, as it were, hear from today. By no contact, I mean very little or absolutely no communication currently going on between you and another person. So, for this reading, we have 7 options. Option 1 is the 11th house with the camel. And I'm going to show this to you here so you can get a better look. This is our little camel. Let's see here. Okay. For option 2, we have the 10th house and the shark. For option 3, we have the 6th house and the fox. For option 4, we have the 5th house and the walrus. For option 5, we have the 2nd house and the kangaroo. For option 6, we have the 7th house and the sea turtle. And last but not least, for option 7, we have the 3rd house with the unicorn. Okay, so take a look at these options and choose one that is the most attractive to you. Then you can go down to the description box of this video and you will find links taking you directly to each of these individual 7 readings. I'm going to give you a moment to make a selection before we get started. If you need more time, just pause the video. Okay, so option 1, if you chose the 11th house and the camel, this will be your reading. Again, today we are looking at a no contact situation and we are going to see what this person is currently thinking of you. So let's get started. Let's see what is on this person's mind about option 1, about those who chose the 11th house and or the camel. What is on their person's mind about them at this time? Let's see. Let me see. Okay, we have "Let Me Hold You Tight, If Only for One Night." This is from the song "If Only for One Night" by Luther Vandross. Okay, so let me make a few comments on the option you chose, the card and the object, before we say more about this song that came out. So you chose the 11th house, and in astrology, the 11th house is associated with friends and group associations. So it's a very highly social house. It could be that the person you're in no contact with is a friend or was a friend of yours, or it could be that the two of you had significant dealings in a friend or group association type of environment, one in which there are other people around and other people interacting with each other and having relationships with each other of whatever nature. Doesn't have to be romantic. As I said, this is a house of friendship. So it appears at this time that this person is thinking of you in terms of friendship. Now, no matter what kind of relationship the two of you had, whether it was romantic or platonic or something in between, this person is focusing in their thoughts at this time on the friend or group element between the two of you. So it could be that you and this person were actually good friends, that you were like-minded and shared different hobbies and interests, that you spent a lot of time hanging out together pursuing those hobbies or interests, or perhaps just talking. I'm sorry, I just heard a really loud noise. I should mention there's stuff going on and I can't control the noise level, so hopefully you won't hear much of it. But if you do, I apologize. Can't really do anything about it. Anyway, getting back to the reading. So yes, it seems that there's a friendship element here that this person is focusing on at this time. Now with the camel, that makes me think that this person is thinking of you as someone who is long-term or very committed. So maybe you are a loyal friend. Maybe you are the type of person who doesn't make those types of associations lightly. Maybe once you become someone's friend, you really look out for them, care for them, support them, have their back, and you just show up really well and, well, I was going to say responsibly, which is interesting. So this is the foundation of this person's thoughts of you at this time. Again, regardless of whether this was romantic or not, they seem to be focusing and thinking on the friendship element here. Now, getting back to this song that came out, this definitely suggests romance, some kind of romantic interest, regardless, again, of whether you actually went there or not. This person is thinking about it. This person is thinking and longing for that kind of contact with you. Interestingly, the lyric here is "if only for one night." So I don't know if there's something that would get in the way of the two of you being permanently, quote unquote, together or officially together in the romantic sense, but this person's thoughts are leaning in the direction of being able to take what they can get, and that they would love to just be able to spend one night with you. Okay, so let's see what else we can find out about this person's current thoughts of you. Option 1. So what is this person currently thinking of option 1? Okay, we have I can't let go. Attachment, obsession, and holding on. We also have lesson learned, teacher. Now this is an interesting combination here. Because on the one hand, this person's thoughts of you are obsessive. They can't let go of the thoughts they're having of you. They have not moved on. They aren't over it, so to speak, even though you're in no contact. But here with this card, there's a lesson here that this person is thinking that they have learned. And I don't know if the lesson has to do with their obsessive thoughts of you, or if the lesson has to do with just the experience itself. Maybe whatever caused you to go into no contact was actually a teachable moment, as they say, for this person. If they somehow did something or were quote unquote at fault here for the no contact situation, it could be that now they have learned from their mistake and they are thinking about the fact that they've learned from this mistake. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so what is this person's thoughts of option 1 at this time? We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Hierophant. So with the Page of Pentacles, I'm immediately drawn again to the Lesson Learned card, because the Page of Pentacles can be like a student. So again, this person is thinking about what you taught them, or what the situation between the two of you taught them. I can't help but think this is good. And then we actually have the Hierophant too, and the Hierophant can also be a teacher. So it's funny these two cards are hanging out here together here. But again, there's a sense of perspectives gained, or a perspective gained, a higher perspective gained. I don't know if things were ugly between the two of you and that caused some kind of rift or split, or this no communication. But again, there's something about being more enlightened now, being more mature. Yes, learning from the mistakes that perhaps this person feels that they made here. Okay, let's continue. See what else we can find out here. Option 1. So what is this person's thoughts of you at this time? Okay, we have floating on air. And we have openness. Okay, so despite the focus on the friendship or the group element, again here, like with the song lyrics that came out, there's an explicitly romantic message here, I think, about what this person is dwelling on in their mind about you at this time. They saw you, or they still think of you as someone who was perhaps quite emotionally open, that you invited them and just love in general into your life, into your heart, that perhaps you didn't have barriers up And I wonder if this is coming through now because they weren't the same way. Maybe they were not like you in that sense. So maybe they did not appear to be as open. So it makes me wonder if this was a friendship that looked like it could have led to more, but it didn't for some reason, or if this was what they'd call a situationship, perhaps friends with benefits, something to that effect. And now this person is thinking about how they got something wrong, and they've learned from that. They've learned from that wrong way of approaching you and this relationship. I mean, my guess from this here is the energy is such that there's regret here. This person perhaps wanted more and did not share that with you or did not indicate that to you. But this floating on air card just really seems like they were really happy. They were really happy with what you had. And maybe they did, in fact, well, I would say they did, in fact, want more if there wasn't more. And if there was more, and that somehow came to some kind of stop, or if there was, and I don't really see, say, third party, except it did occur to me because we got 3 kids sitting here. So it is, I suppose some of you maybe are here for someone who put you in a third party situation, or you were bringing in the third party, but whatever the case may be, this person really wishes things could be different. It's interesting because I suppose it would have made sense for me to say things could have been different, since this is kind of a past connection perhaps. But no, I think that there's still this desire to have something with you. They can't let go. Okay, option 1. Let's see what else we can find out here about this person's current thoughts of you. So is this person currently thinking of option 1? We have the scythe and the lilies. Let me move that up some. See if we can get more of this into the frame. Like that. There we go. Okay. So this person is, again, I think they're dwelling on how they had something with you and it was cut off, and maybe they did something, maybe they walked away, maybe, as I said, there was a third party interference some way, somehow. But again, there's just regret. They've learned their lesson. Okay. What else? What is this person currently thinking of option 1? Okay, we have change. And we have the house. So it seems that this person believes you have moved on, that you aren't interested in them anymore, or that for you this is a closed chapter. that emotionally speaking, you're good. This is just something that didn't work out and you've just gotten on with your life. Okay. So, in the interest of keeping this reading focused on the topic, I'm not going to go into any other areas, but I hope this gave you some clarity, some insight into what this person is currently thinking about you, option 1. I'm going to end the reading here. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay. All right, hello there, option 2. If you chose the 10th house and or the shark, this will be your reading. So the fact that you chose the 10th house indicates to me that this person is currently thinking about the status that you have in comparison to them. The status that they aspire to. Now, this can be social status, it could be financial status, educational status, or yes, relationship status. So they could be thinking about whether you are in a relationship with someone else, or if you are moving towards that, or they could be thinking about how they would have an enhanced status if they were with you. This is giving me a sense of high value here, that they value something about you that I guess we say looks good on paper. As I was saying, it's having to do with your education, your career, your status, your achievements, something that people on the outside can look at and be impressed by. So I don't know if this person, option 2, is the type of individual who is what you'd call a social climber, but their thoughts are about your status. So it's interesting to me that they would be thinking that about you, unless, you know, this is the kind of thing that matters to them. And we can go into why. I don't know if this is quite literally someone who was a coworker or a classmate, or maybe a former relationship partner. But whatever the case may be here, they're thinking about the value that you have and that you bring because of your status. And I think that's what the shark has to do here with all this too, is that they have this kind of, let's say, strong focus on getting ahead. And they think of you as someone who would help them with that, or did help them with that. Again, this is about status, image. Okay, so let's see what else we can find out here about this person's current thoughts of you, option 2. So what is on this person's mind currently about option 2? What's on their mind? Let's see. Says, I'm sorry that I wronged you. Lady, what can I do? That is from the song Cry For You by Jodeci. Okay. I wonder if that has something to do with what I was talking about here. You know, you got this kind of, I got this mercenary type of energy almost here. That this is someone who maybe doesn't think about feelings so much. Instead, they think of their goal and how to achieve it the most efficiently. So they don't want to be bothered with, you know, emotion. You know, they are more inclined to focus on logic. So it's interesting that this song lyric comes out because they are acknowledging here that they wronged you somehow. Was it because they tried somehow to take advantage of your status, or what that meant, the image that came along with that some kind of way? At any rate, you know, the title of the song, Cry For You, this is actually a very, very emotional type of song. This person is begging and pleading for forgiveness. So if this is actually a romantic connection, then certainly this person wants to mend things between the two of you. Now, even if this is not a romantic person, it's still, there's still a sense, like I said, of desperation. Like they very, very much want your forgiveness. Okay. So let's see what else we can find out here, option 2, about this person's current thoughts of you. So, what are this person's thoughts of option 2 at this time? We have spiritual awakening, intuition. And we have clarity, change of perspective. Okay. So this person is experiencing a change of perspective. They are, in fact, leaning into their intuition and having some version of a spiritual awakening, perhaps. I mean, maybe, I don't know how spiritual this person is or was, you know, before you went no or little contact with them. But this is what's coming out here. So even if they're not, you know, like meditating and chanting mantras or doing any of that other type of spiritual stuff, at the very least, this person is having some kind of major realization about you and the situation with you. And maybe that's why now they are desperate to get your forgiveness. I mean, like I said, this, I didn't want to say, but yeah, predatory type of mentality that this person seemingly was maybe bringing, or at least that's how they're showing up here, is something maybe they're not so proud of. They've realized it was bad or wrong. It actually matters to them now, whereas perhaps before it didn't. And I dare say maybe that has something to do with you. You know, maybe you in particular help them to see that that's not a good way to treat other people. Okay. Well, let's see. So what is this person's current thoughts about option 2? we have the Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so this person is missing you. This person feels like, you know, there's nobody quite like option 2. I mean, maybe this person, you know, has other possibilities or options for whatever type of relationship this is here. But there's something special about you. There, as I said, something about you sparked off this growth within them. This maybe paradigm shift in the way that they see the world, in the way that they see themselves. Hence their feelings now of contrition, deep contrition about what went down between the two of you. And they are thinking about just how lovely of a person that you are, emotionally speaking, that there's this kindness, this sympathy, this caring concern. So no wonder I would say that they feel bad now because you showed them that people can be excellent, you know, in an emotional sense, in a interpersonal sense, you know, in the way that they treat others. And maybe this person just isn't used to that. Maybe they're coming through like this shark here because in the past they have mostly or only dealt with people who were out for themselves. And so this person also adopted that same mentality. But now because of you, they are rethinking that, and their perspective is just kind of done a 180. Okay. Well, let's see what else. Option 2. So what is this person currently thinking of option 2? We have tryst. And we have, oh, I didn't mean to pull out 2 cards. You get a bonus option 2. We've got beauty and bad attitude. Oh, that's kind of interesting. There, option 2. I hate to cover that up completely. Let's see if we can move this around a little. How about that? Okay. So this person is thinking about how nice it would be to meet up with you, to spend time with you, and maybe they're thinking back on past times when the two of you met up with each other and spent time. They're thinking about your beauty. And here, again, I think this is about your overall beauty as a person, your aura, the everything that comes together to make you, you. So this is kind of a holistic thing. It's not just your physical beauty. And in fact, I'm kind of getting that that's not the thing that is being emphasized here. That it's not even about your beauty, which is not to say that this person doesn't think you're beautiful on the outside. As I said, I think this person sees you as beautiful on the outside and the inside. But that it's the inner person that they think matters more to you, and maybe you don't even recognize your outer beauty because that's not really what you like to focus on in yourself or in other people. Okay, let's see. So what are this person's current thoughts of option 2? We have the ship, and we have the garden. Okay, so yeah, I think this person does in fact want to see you, meet up with you, hang out with you, go on some kind of adventure with you. So maybe they want to travel or something like that. I mean, this is their thoughts of you. So I suppose this is just kind of a daydream for them. But this is a part of what they are thinking about. Maybe they see you as someone they can escape with. You know, escape the mundane, everyday cares and limitations of daily life. You know, they see, remember I said something about how you are excellent in the way that you treat people, or that you have this heart that is loving and wise. So maybe they feel like that's something that they want to learn how to be more like. And so just being around you will allow them to soak that mentality in, you know, kind of help them to learn in a osmosis type of way. Just, you know, I mean, you just being around and modeling for them the way to be is something that maybe they would really like to experience some more of now that they're having this change in the way that they see the world. So interesting, yeah. You know, when I first started this pile, I kind of felt like it had some similarities to option 1. If you were at all attracted to option 1, you can try option 1 out and see if any of that resonates for you. But I prefer really, for the most part, to keep readings, you know, each reading, each option as its own thing. But it's perfectly fine if there's overlap. And I know that a lot of people come to these types of readings and they choose multiple options, which is fine. Actually, I love that. That's great. But, you know, I've recently had a comment that seemed to be accusatory. Well, every pile sounds exactly alike. So many options. And I mean, if you go back, you'll probably see it. I just left that comment there. So, yeah. I didn't censor the person. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But anyway, yeah. So, but the thing is, though, is that I try consciously not to have every pile be the same. I don't want it to be the same story over and over and over and over again. I mean, if I were going to do that, then what's the point of having so many options? But the fact is, I don't control what comes out through the cards. I'm not manipulating it. This is all live. As far as edits, there are none. So you're seeing these cards as I see them, as I shuffle them and put them down. And so if this is what is coming through as the message, well, that's the message. I don't get to decide whether all the options are going to be totally different. So just to answer that criticism. But anyway, get back to your reading. Let's just look at one more set of cards here for how this person is currently thinking about you, option 2. How are they currently thinking about you? We have prison, and we have win lots. So this person feels, well, I should feels, but they think that there's some kind of barrier or limitation here that maybe would get in the way of a reconciliation or being able to go on this adventure or hang out with you like they want to do. But at the same time, they think that would be awesome. It would be great. It would be like winning the lottery if they were able to have that special time with you again. Okay, so option 2, this is your reading. I mean, leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me. And sorry about the tangential comments, which, again, some people don't like. Obviously, if you don't like it, click off and go to another reading. Another reader, in fact. Okay. All right, hello there, option 3. If you chose this card, the 6th house, and or this object, the fox, this will be your reading. Now, you chose the 6th house card, and the 6th house is about work. It's about those have-tos of life, the chores, the errands you got to run every day, you know, like it's about maintaining your health and hygiene, you know, like I said, the things you have to do every day, or if you don't, then things don't go so well in the perhaps longer term, midterm, or even short term. So this person who you've come to the reading for today is perhaps thinking about a work situation with you, or perhaps in a more positive light, working on a situation with you, whatever your situation is at this point. I mean, you're at a no contact reading, so you're either not talking at all or your communication is very minimal. So this person may want to work on that. They may be thinking that it's going to take work. Work is the operative word here. Now, with the fox, yeah, I thought it was interesting because when I first saw this object, I thought that the little fox was holding a heart. It is red here, you know, but actually upon closer examination, and I don't know if you can see that. I don't know, can you see that? It looks more like some kind of shield or something. So the fox is holding not a heart, but a shield. Now, the fox is holding it up to the fox's chest, so this is kind of a protective thing. And so now that's actually making me think, this person maybe is thinking about how you are not so easy to work with regarding whatever your situation is. And that, in fact, this person may be thinking that you are protecting yourself, and hence the shield, from whatever it is that they would be bringing to you. But let's get some more information, option 3. See what else this person is thinking. So, what is on this person's mind currently about option 3? What is on their mind? Let's see. We have, she's strange and I like it. She's strange, always doing something new. That is from the song She's Strange by Cameo. Okay. So maybe what they think is strange about you is that you are somehow resistant, or, as I said, in this self-protective stance against them. Maybe they're not accustomed to that, or maybe it doesn't make sense to them in your context, whatever that context is, for you to be this way towards them. But this is what they're thinking. Now, keep in mind that this reading is about what they're thinking. It doesn't mean this is the reality or the truth of what's actually happening. This is their perspective, and so these are their thoughts. But yeah, it's interesting that this song lyric is complimentary. You know, it's not critical, which would actually be kind of more of a sixth house thing anyway. But this person, it seems that they are praising you for being different. But maybe also that's kind of the perspective here, is that they don't quite know how to approach you and get past the barrier or barriers that you have put up. This always doing something new here in the lyrics might be that you're always putting up a new barrier. Huh. Okay, interesting. Let's see what else. Option 3. This person is currently thinking of you. So what is this person currently thinking of option 3? Okay, we have new love and reconciliation. Okay, well, that's pretty self-explanatory there. And we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So perhaps you, option 3, are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or maybe you just have a lot of fiery energy about you. And that kind of goes with the shield thing to me, because maybe you are quite energetically defending yourself against the perceived onslaught of this person. Maybe they see you as being someone who shoots first and asks questions later, as someone who jumps the gun or gets really overly excited in, I mean, like a not in a happy way, but in a upset type of way. And yet, despite that, I think this person, excuse me, likes the fiery, tempestuous energy that you bring, that you have. Like, yeah, you're prickly, and that's kind of strange to them, and you always have some kind of new objection or boundary that you feel a need perhaps to set up. And again, this is from their perspective. I don't know if this is what you're actually doing. This is their perspective. And yet, again, there's something here that they like, though. They like it. And, you know, here, reconciliation. They want to make up. You know, they don't want the no contact or minimal contact to continue. They want things to improve and progress. And yeah, okay. And here I should mention, I mean, it says new love, so I don't know if this is a situation in which you and this person have not been in a romantic relationship or an official one so far. So it's coming through here with new love energy, or if this means that this person is thinking of how they want a renewal of some existing feelings, like a renewal of vows. Okay, let's see what else. So how is this person currently thinking about option 3? We have the star. And let me see. I need to make things, there we go, nice and appropriate for YouTube. Okay. And what else? We have the 8 of Cups. So it seems that this person is kind of like ping-ponging back and forth, perhaps, between being hopeful that the two of you can come back together and just accepting that they need to move on because it's over between the two of you. We already talked about how they're thinking about the reconciliation and having something new or a renewal of something, how much they like you, and even though you're different and you're maybe resistant some kind of way, they still like that about you and want to get close to you. But yeah, there is, I guess, at times, this person is just not sure that you want the same thing. So they think maybe they should just accept it and stop thinking about you. Let's see what else, option 3. So what else is this person currently thinking about option 3? Okay, we have problem. And we have the erotic. Okay, so they're thinking, we talked about this from the beginning, that their thoughts are focused on working on your situation, or that it would take work, or it's taking a lot of effort, or was. And here this is reiterated through this problem card, because this is quite obviously acknowledging that there's a problem or problems. And maybe you can see this here. You got your two people, one on each side, and each person is holding a half of a heart. And these are actually like puzzle pieces, so they come back together, they interlock to create a whole and full heart. And so this person is thinking about how, it'll take work for the two of you to reconcile or resume or what have you, but that it would be work for both of you, that this would be a group effort, that they can't do it on their own, that you would have to be willing to move towards them just as they are moving towards you. And here with the erotic card, their thoughts are obviously about the physical side of your relationship. And I should point out here with the star card, which, as I did not explicitly say, but alluded to, there is some thing I had to cover up here because YouTube does not like certain things in videos. And so you can see here what I've done. And this card, the star card, I actually thought this at the time, but I didn't express it. I didn't say it out loud. But this person is maybe thinking about your physical beauty and how you are something special in that area, like you are above average perhaps in physical attractiveness. At the very least, you are highly attractive to this person, and so much so that maybe they feel like they are not good enough for you, or that you would never give them a real chance, like what they really want. Maybe that's why you got the barriers up. And again, this is from their perspective. But yeah, their thoughts do have something to do with, their physical attraction to you and their physical desire for you. Let's see, what else? Let me see, what else? What else is this person currently thinking of option 3? Okay, so we have coffin, and we have clouds. Okay, so yeah, this message again is repeating. They're not sure what they should even expect from you or this situation in the future, because there's a question mark here about whether is it over, or is this just a temporary pause? As I said, they're like, should I keep hoping, or should I just walk away and forget about option 3? So this is on their mind. They don't know. They don't know. And finally, let's see, let's get a couple more cards here on what they are currently thinking of you, option 3. And we have the gift and great fortune. Okay, so they're thinking that if perhaps you reached out to them, it would be just a dream come true. They would be so happy and hopeful and excited. And I'm going to guess here that they're thinking about this relationship in terms of the ball being in your court now, because they believe they've done all that they can, and at every turn you just kind of rebuffed them. Again, this is their perspective. It may not even be the case, but this is what they're thinking. And so now it seems that they believe that the only way this can move forward now is if you give them some kind of encouragement, like reach out or send them a hello via text or something. Okay, option 3. So this is your person's current thoughts of you in no contact. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to move on to the next option now. Okay, hello there, option 4. If you chose the 5th house and or the walrus, this is your reading. So the 5th house card that you chose indicates to me that this person who you're in no contact with is thinking about the fun times that you had. They're thinking about the joy that they experienced when they were around you. They're thinking about how maybe it was like being a kid again at sometimes, that they could be silly with you and that you were silly with them. This could also be a pretty explicit indicator that this person is thinking romantic thoughts about you, option 4. Now, with the walrus is actually a very social creature. So it could be that this person is thinking about how you are very social, or that they perceive you as having maybe lots of places to go, people to do, as they say, that you are very fun-loving, and you like having a crowd around, or you like being in the action where the excitement is. You like, or you would say, the more the merrier. So you're coming through as pretty extroverted and fun here. These are the thoughts that they are having about you, option 4. And also, as I said, it could be that they're thinking romantic thoughts about you. Okay, let's see. So what is on this person's mind about option 4? What is on their mind at this time about option 4? Let's see. Let's see. We have, I can't get you out of my mind. Freek'N You be all I see. This is from Freek'N You by Jodeci. We had another Jodeci lyric come out earlier, and I don't know which pile that was. Let me see if I can look back. Okay, I think that was option 2. So if you were at all attracted to option 2, you might want to go back there and have a listen. But not before you watch this one, though. It's okay if you watch this one and then go back to that one. But if you weren't attracted to option 2, then you don't have to bother. It's just that it's the same artist, different songs, rather different songs, but the same artist. So it just reminded me. So that's why I said that. But anyway, so this kind of goes along with the 5th house fun theme. This person's thoughts of you, looks like, are highly, highly sexual. So this probably is a romantic connection or a romantic interest here that we're talking about. This person probably isn't platonic. And if they are, then they clearly don't want to be platonic, because they're thinking of you in a sexual way, in a very, very sexual way, in an obsessive way. They can't get you out of their mind. Okay. So what is this person thinking? What are the current thoughts of this person about option 4? We have friends, fun support. And we have luck is on your side, good news. So this person sees you. I was just talking about how you were this fun-loving person. Maybe likes the crowd, the more the merrier. So they're thinking about you in terms of the people that you surround yourself with, or that you interact with on a friendship level, or an associates level even, just social contacts level. And now you have just, a great time with them. I wonder if they're concerned here that you're having so much of a good time with these other people that you don't think about them, even though they can't get you out of their mind, and they're having these incessant sexual fantasies about you, apparently. Now, as for this, with the luck is on your side, they see you as someone who is lucky. They think that you are lucky. Perhaps because you have all these social contacts, because you're just living life and enjoying the people in your life. You know, that is interesting, you know, since it's interesting to me because of the strong sexual pull here this person feels towards you, and yet the other messages are about you and kind of sort of other people, you know. And I mean, we got the friends and we got 3 people here, and so of course, yeah, I don't love to talk about the third party situation, but maybe this person is thinking in terms of a third party, that maybe there is a third party, or that there are multiple parties, and that is of maybe some concern to them, because there they are over here away, I guess, from you with minimal or no contact, and longing for some adult fun with you, and yet you are off having fun with others in their mind. This is what they're thinking. So interesting. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Just had a card fall on the floor. Let's see what that is. I haven't even shuffled yet, and cards are falling out of the deck. Let's see what it is. See what card wants to be a part of this reading. 9 of Swords. Okay. So this person is stressed out. I think this has to do with the incessant thinking, like the fantasy that won't quit. And as I said, that maybe that there's someone else they're concerned that, you know, they're so stuck on you with their fantasies, but you're living it up with somebody else. This is doing their head in. Okay, let me put that back in the deck and shuffle and draw some cards. So this person, what are they currently thinking of option? Hi, am I going to look at all those? Okay. Well, option 4, you get a lot of cards here. I don't know what they'll have to do with everything, but let's see. Okay, we got the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles. Let me see if you can see that there. We got the 2 of Swords. We got the 3 of Cups. We got the 4 of Pentacles. And we got the Ace of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is, again, drawing my attention to the sexual thoughts that they're having. And the 3 of Cups is, again, reminding me of this friends element here that we were talking about. The fun, the enjoyment, the excitement, and the possible third party here. It seems that this person would very much, of course, like to be back in your life, or communicating more with you, communicating at all with you. But there's something here about they just aren't maybe totally sure. They're not totally sure maybe that you would want what they want. There's this lack of action on their part, while at the same time there is the sense that they really see you having a great time. They see you having a great time. I don't know if you are having a great time. I don't know if you've shown something. Have they seen the social media or something to make you think that? I mean, to make them think that? I don't know. But this is what they're thinking, so I don't know if it has any basis in reality. Again, these readings are today, these are about their thoughts, not necessarily the reality of what's happening. But yeah, so there's a lot of thinking here, but waiting and not doing, and uncertainty about whether they should do anything, even though they want to. I mean, like, but maybe actually it's just, it feels safer to them to just have these fantasies about you instead of like trying to come forward. And on the bottom of the deck here we have the Hermit, so that kind of goes with what I'm saying. Lots of thinking and not doing, and perhaps hanging back, holding back, not interacting, not moving towards you. But that seemingly is very different from what's going on in their mind. You know, even though on the outside it doesn't look like anything's happening on their end, there is much going on in this person's head and perhaps nether regions. Okay, let's see, option 4. So what else is this person thinking of option 4? We have the mice, and we have the stars. Okay, yeah, it's making them uncomfortable to be having all this, all these fantasies, and being just very uncertain about whether anything's going to materialize here. I mean, they're not even like taking action, obviously, but yeah, there's just this kind of sense of longing and wanting and wishing and hoping, but not doing. So I'm not sure exactly what it is here, because there's hopefulness too. Like, and we even see with the luck on your side, the good news, they maybe hope that something else is going to happen here, but is it going to be because of something they're doing? Because I don't see them really doing. Let's see. So what else? What are this person's current thoughts of option 4? We have living room and military person. Now, I already was talking about this person kind of holding back, this person not taking action, and it seems like, yeah, they don't want to share how they feel. Like, they are protecting themselves by not saying or doing. So I think here what you are to know, option 4, is that their mind is very much on you. Their loins are on fire for you, and all of that is going on despite appearances. Okay, option 4, I'm going to end your reading there. Thank you very much for joining me. All right. Hello there, option 5. If you chose the second house and or the kangaroo, this will be your reading. So having chosen the second house card indicates to me that your person is thinking that you are someone who has very traditional values. I don't know what that has to do with the situation at hand, but maybe that will come through as the reading continues. For now, though, let's say, yes, they see you as someone who maybe is more interested in the type of life that people in older generations aspired to and or lived, including the older generations that are alive now. I mean, I think that it's within the realm. And specifically, I mean, having to do with family, having to do with relationships, committed relationships. Here, this person is thinking that you prefer marriage, over maybe more modern iterations of interpersonal connection. And specifically here, I'm getting with the kangaroo, that this person is thinking about how much you value your responsibilities towards perhaps other family members. And in particular here, this kangaroo, as you maybe can see, is not alone. This kangaroo has a little Joey, little baby kangaroo, sticking out of the pouch there. So this person may be thinking about how much you care for your own children, or how much you are interested in having children, a family of your own if you don't already have children. But yes, the traditional values, that's what this person is thinking of in regard to you. I don't know whether they have those same values or not. Option 5, I guess you would know. Okay. So, what is on this person's mind regarding option 5 at this time? What's on their mind about option 5? Let's see. Oh my goodness. You took my money, you took my time, made me think everything was fine. Then you up and ran away. It made me just go crazy. This is from the song Burn Rubber on Me, Why You Wanna Hurt Me by the Gap Band. Oh my goodness, okay. Maybe I kind of got the wrong end of the stick here. So, I focused on traditional values instead of focusing on another major indicator of the second house in astrology, namely money. And this person here is, they're thinking about money in relation to you from this lyric. The lyrics here are indicating someone who kind of used someone and then left and used them for material things, it looks like. So if this person is thinking about that, I don't know that are you the person who they think did this kind of thing to them? Do they think you used them for their money or something and then left? Or is this just baggage from some other relationship? Maybe someone in their past did this to them and now they're kind of expecting it to be done to them again by other people, perhaps including you, and maybe this has something to do with the no contact. Yeah, because I'm dismayed at the notion that you could actually have, like, literally stolen their money and ran off. I hope that's not the case, option 5. Yeah, I'm going to assume if that's for anybody, it would be like, 0.001%. Only you would know. Okay, I never know. I was saying in another one of these options here, I don't cherry pick the cards. I don't, manipulate them in some kind of way. So whatever comes out, comes out. And we roll with it, even if it's very surprising and not rainbows and sunshine, shall we say. I like rainbows and sunshine, but that's not real life, and so, the cards don't always reflect, the ideal, shall we say. Okay, let's get back to the reading. So, maybe we can clear up our confusion here. I'm definitely not quite sure which way this is going to go now. Option 5. But what is this person currently thinking about option 5? Heartbroken, grief, shock, and emotional pain. And we have signs and synchronicities, messages, symbols, and divine clues. So this person is apparently really going through it. I mean, they are heartbroken. They're thinking about the heartbreak, their grief, and shock and emotional pain, perhaps. Since we already covered in this lyric how they maybe have not had the greatest experiences with regard to relationships. Maybe someone has really done something this bad to them. And they're maybe still kind of heartbroken and distressed about it. And that has spilled over. This may have something to do with why you two are in a no contact or no communication situation, or maybe it's because you broke up. Maybe it's because maybe they thought you left them for some reason that actually isn't the case. I mean, maybe you were the one who initiated the no contact or the break or what have you, and they're blaming it on this idea, which could be mistaken, that you were just using them. As I said in the beginning, they were thinking about the traditional values you had. So it's very strange to me then that at the same time they would be thinking that you were this type of person. So as I said, I mean at this point I'm still leaning towards the idea that this is something coming through about somebody else or their past or their negative expectations because of baggage. And as for you, maybe they are in fact heartbroken over you, that you are in this no or little contact situation. Maybe that's on top of whatever this is, whatever this alludes to. But at the same time, there are the signs and synchronicities. So it seems like maybe there's, I don't know if the signs and synchronicities are about something they're hoping for in the future with you, or if these signs and synchronicities are referring to how maybe they think they should have seen this coming, or they should have known better, and there were red flags waving in the wind or something like that. I'm going to see if I can clarify this. So what is this about here? What is this? Okay, stand still. And at the bottom of the deck here we have light and knowledge. So yeah, stand still, nothing happening. And yet, maybe that is what they're heartbroken over here, is that there is no sign, no divine clue, no message from the universe coming through to them about this situation. Maybe they thought that there would be, they've been looking, they've been hoping, but it is not happening. But they're maybe still expecting something to come through. So I would take this to mean that this seems more like a no contact at all situation than a minimal contact situation. But take it as it resonates. I wonder how much this is going to resonate with anybody actually. But anyhow, if the reading is not for you, that's fine. You can click off and choose something else, or some other video or reading or reader. Not everything is for everyone who happens to come upon it. But if this is for you, then stay tuned. If you will know so far, I think, where you fit into this, if this is for you. So how is this person, or what is this person, excuse me, what is this person currently thinking? Okay, we got the Page of Swords. I'm not going to put that down. I don't take flippers, as I call them. But I do acknowledge them here. This one just kind of jumped out. And I said, what was this person thinking? So there's curiosity here. This person is perhaps trying to figure out what to do here. Because they very much want some kind of sign of what to do, but apparently it's not forthcoming. But yes, what is this person currently thinking of option 5? We have the Magician. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, this person is thinking that you are doing A-okay without them around or in your life. They think you are set, you know, that you've got all you need. That if there's something you don't have but you need it or just want it, that you'd be able to just like kind of snap your fingers and it would come to you. They think you're living on easy street. Meanwhile, they are heartbroken and desperately searching for some kind of message from the universe about what to do here. Interesting. Okay. So what is this person currently thinking about option 5? We have deception. And we have expectations. Okay, so I think this is indicating what I had said as kind of my alternative interpretation, the one I was hoping maybe was more correct, which is that this person expects deception. They expect it from you, and they expect it in general maybe from other romantic partners, potential mates. Again, because of maybe something that happened. I don't know why they would otherwise be so like paranoid, unless they really have this something that happened in their history. Again, for some very small minority of you, it could be that you did something like this to them, or you just left and they assume that it's because you were only using in the first place. And so this is coming through again, that there was the deception. They are thinking that there was deception here, that you were deceiving them. Okay. And I should point out, like I've done in many of these piles, this is what the person is thinking. It isn't necessarily the reality of the situation. It's not necessarily an objective view. It is what this person is thinking. Okay, so what is this person thinking about option 5 at this time? We have the Cross, and we have the Ring. So this again is telling me, we're going back to what I was talking about in the beginning, which I feel like we kind of lost sight of. But this idea that, you would be someone expecting marriage. Someone with very traditional values regarding relationships. And it could be that this person is thinking that maybe they somehow were not giving you this type of lifestyle that you wanted, this traditional type of relationship or setup, and that you were perhaps not happy about that, and that has something to do with why now you're in this no contact situation. It could be that this person is just distressed about, from their perspective, the effort that they made towards you, how committed they were to you, and how that it turned out not to matter. Again, this is their perspective. So what else is this person currently thinking of about option 5? Okay, we have main character. And we have long way. Okay, so I actually think that this is referring to your person here, not you, but that it is, though, about what they're thinking. And I want to say that what they're thinking about you seems to be very much focused on themselves. So this is like very self-referencing, self-absorbed thinking here. It's a very me energy. I'm the victim, or I was taken advantage of, or I would have been taken advantage of, or I wanted to share everything with this person and they threw me away after they stole my whatever, you know. So I think the cards are just trying to kind of say here that this person has a lot of issues, and it would take a lot for this person to get to a point of personal growth in which they'd be able to see past themselves and their perceived wrongs, or maybe the real wrongs that they were holding against you, even though maybe you weren't even the perpetrator of the wrongs, if that makes any sense. You know, that type of person who thinks, well, you know, my last partner cheated on me, therefore everybody else is a cheater as well. Or, you know, all men are pigs, or all women are gold diggers. You know, that kind of mentality. The cards, I think, here are indicating that, you know, this person is stuck in that kind of thinking. And so this reading, yes, was titled, What Are They Currently Thinking of You? But what they're thinking of you very much reflects their own lack of personal development. So I think here, you know, the message for you, option 5, is, you know, to not be too upset by this message, because this issue here is a them problem, not a you problem. Okay, option 5, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining me. Hello there, option 6. If you chose the 7th house and or the sea turtle, this will be your reading. Again, we are looking at a no contact situation. To answer the question, what are their current thoughts of you? What are their thoughts of you today? So you chose the 7th house card, which indicates to me that this person is thinking about your connection, your relationship, the way you were with each other, how you treated each other, your ability or inability, as the case may be, to work together and maintain harmonious relations with each other. You know, your ability to live with each other, your ability to understand each other, accept each other, you know, all the each others. This is what the person is dwelling on in their mind about you at this time. If this is someone you were with in an actual relationship, they are thinking about that relationship. Now with the sea turtle, it seems that the energy here is of slowness, of, I say, a lack of urgency here. I actually feel like this is pretty laid back energy. Like, I don't know if it's because this person you're inquiring about is someone from many years ago in your life, or if this is just where they are at this point, wherein, at least so far, the energy is not looking very emotional. You know, this is more like thinking about something that you have, as it were, kind of gotten over emotionally. Like maybe it was something difficult, but now you look back on it and you can be calm and rational and see it from, you know, this more detached perspective. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here. But let's see, because hey, the last option 5, I kind of went the wrong way. I think it kind of at first. So anyway, let's not say anything else just yet. Let's see what is on this person's mind, more specifically about you at this time, option 6. So what's on this person's mind about option 6? What's on their mind? Says, what's sad is that I love her, but I'm falling for you. This is from You Make Me Wanna by Usher. Okay. So this is clearly the person's thinking is about some kind of third party situation here, wherein they love someone, but they're falling for you. Maybe that's why there's a no contact situation. Maybe with the 7th house, this is about an existing committed relationship that your person is already in with somebody else. See what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, they're thinking about you and your relationship or whatever, but I don't know if they're, like I said, the sense of urgency is not, it's not really coming through to me here. So maybe it's because this person is already spoken for, and so, you know, the way they are with you or whatever they have or could have with you is more of a thought experiment than anything else. Let's see though what else we can find out here. So for option 6, what is this person currently thinking of option 6? We have expansion and high vibe, summer. We also have anger, arguments, and conflict. Okay, so we got here summer. It could be that something happened over the summer, whenever, maybe something significant happened in the summer. I am going to be uploading this video, I think, in late December of 2025. So it could be referring to the summer of 2025, or maybe sometime even before that. As I said, I mean, the energy in the beginning was kind of, it felt more distant. But again, now we kind of get more of a sense of perhaps why. And maybe it isn't about something that happened a long time ago, even though it could be. So take it as it resonates. But anyway, this person could be thinking back to a time when things were happy between you, and it was an expansive experience getting to know you or spending time with you, and then something happened. Here we got the anger, arguments, and conflict. So maybe the good times stop being so good. And I wonder if the anger and arguments and conflict have something to do with, again, I mean, if there's a third party, that's not an ideal situation for a lot of people. So some people might even be resentful, especially if they're involved in something like that and they didn't even know it. They didn't know when they got involved that they were getting involved in a third party situation. Anyway, so this person, what are they currently thinking of option 6? We have the Page of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting because we got this dichotomy or this duality here, like there, of two minds or something. On the one hand, they're thinking about you, they're curious, hey, I wonder how option 6 is doing. Let me see if I can find out. Maybe look around social media or something. Maybe drive past where they live or where they work, or I don't know, something like that. But on the other hand, this person is like resistant. This person is like putting up a fight against any such encroaching thoughts. And it's probably because there's something here that's maybe not okay and appropriate for them to pursue with you, perhaps. Okay. And I guess that goes with what we were saying with this lyric too. I mean, on the one hand, this person has love for the other person, but on the other hand, they're falling for you. And that's a situation. Okay. So what is this person thinking of option 6 at this time? We have naivete. And we have receiving. So with regard to the naivete card, you may be able to see this here. This is quite literally like a third party situation. We have someone who is putting somebody on a pedestal, imagining how wonderful they are. They can do no wrong. They're literally an angel come down from heaven. But then the reality is that this same person is actually the devil with horns and a tail and a pitchfork, hugged up with this third party. Who is that? I don't know. But it's as though our person number one over here can't see that because they're not paying attention, so they don't notice. So this is harkening back to the third party. I think that's pretty clear. That is on this person's mind. The triangle, it's on their mind about you. Now, even though they would like to receive from you, receive your attention, receive your affection, they also have, I think, some, I was going to say guilt, perhaps. They have some guilt at the same time because they realize that they're no angel in this situation. So this is harkening back to the idea that on the one hand they're interested in, checking in with you, communicating perhaps, but on the other hand, fighting that urge for reasons that are, I suppose, fairly obvious. Okay, so what else is this person currently thinking of? Option 6. Okay, we have Tower. And we have Fish. Okay, it seems that, yeah, we've been talking about this person's double-mindedness, when I was talking about the lack of urgency up here, I think now it's becoming clearer to me why, this person probably is trying to be detached, is trying to be logical and not emotional, and they're holding back. They're trying to suppress feelings that are not quote unquote appropriate given their situation with somebody else. Okay, so what else here? What else is this person currently thinking of option 6? We have Journey, and we have Main Character. Okay, so this person is thinking about how moving towards you is an option, but is one that maybe they don't see as being so straightforward, because they are looking at the complications, the complexities of navigating this situation in which there is another person they perhaps are in an official commitment with. How to take leave of that person without doing whatever damage there might be because of that leave taking. It's not so cut and dry. And so they're thinking about that, but they're also in this place of, I think, a certain stagnation because they're not really willing to act. They think they want to reach out and then they stop themselves. They want to feel your embrace in however type of way, physically, emotionally, mentally, just, I don't know, psychically, because you're communicating in the 3D on the one hand, but on the other hand, they feel bad, like, I shouldn't be doing that. What's sad is that I love her, but I'm falling for you. I'm going to link that song in the description, by the way, so you can check it out if if you want. I mean, the lyrics might be quite useful or appropriate for your situation. But yeah, that's the waterfront here, option 6. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to move on now. Okay, option 7, last but not least. This will be your reading if you chose the 3rd house and or the unicorn. Now, we are looking at a no contact situation today so that we can find out what this person's thoughts of you are currently. You chose the 3rd house, which in astrology is about communication. It's also about short travels. It's also about peers, people on your level, whatever station in life you are, whatever context in life that is going on. As far as relationships go, there's a sibling element to the 3rd house because it literally represents siblings. So this person you're not in communication with may actually be a sibling, but probably for most of you this is a romantic person or love interest of that, something of that variety. And here the 3rd house is probably indicating communication and thinking about the communication between the two of you. Now, it could be that this person is thinking about how you are a unique person, in particular regarding how you communicate. You've got the unicorn here. Unicorn is very, special, very different. And so this person is thinking about how you are special and different, and I think it is having to do with the way you talk or communicate. It could also be something about the way that you live your life. I mean, you may be someone who doesn't let the grass grow. Maybe you flit from place to place, person to person, from scene to scene, from, relationship to relationship. I should point out this is what this person is thinking of you. It doesn't necessarily mean this is the reality of what is actually going on or who you actually are, but this is their view, their thoughts. Okay, so let's see. So what is on this person's mind regarding option 7? What is on this person's mind about option 7? Let me see. Okay, we have a stolen rose in the Garden of Eden. That's the way you move me, darling. That is from the song Stolen Rose by Jehro. Okay. So that's very nice energy, actually. Option 7. This person is thinking of how you enchant them, like a stolen rose in the Garden of Eden, that you move them like something beautiful and amazing in a beautiful and amazing context. So, interestingly, I'm just thinking maybe that they're having thoughts about the way you move. We talked about flitting around or whatever, but I mean, this may be actually about your physical presence and your comportment. There's another word I was thinking of. But yeah, how you carry yourself. And they find it magical. Okay, don't want to say anything else. I will say though, spoiler alert, this is so far the nicest reading we've had in this whole reading, option 7. Let's not jinx it though. Let's just continue. So for option 7, what is this person currently thinking of option 7? We have know your worth and full moon moment, emotions high, release, and realization. Okay, so this person is thinking about how you are someone who has a healthy sense of self-esteem. You know your worth. You know what is for you and what's not. You know what to put your effort into and spend time on and what to move on from. You know yourself. You know what you deserve, so to speak. And it's not to say that you are arrogant or that you have unrealistic expectations. It's quite simply that you are just really self-aware and not interested in messing around or playing games or wasting time. I mean, why do you even need to when you already know? As I said, you can tell what's for you and what's not. Now, this person is actually feeling quite emotional about you, and that is a feeling, emotions high. I know this reading is about thoughts, but their feelings seem to be peeking through here. And they've had some kind of realization about you that is making them feel some kind of way. Maybe we'll find out more about what that is about. Okay. So what is this person currently thinking about option 7? We have the High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. You know, I just realized that is not spelled correctly. They misspelled knight. Okay. Anywho, so this person is thinking about your intuition, that you have a good intuition, that you know yourself and you can assess situations accurately and then make good choices accordingly. I mean, you're coming through as just this person is thinking of you as being a rather, I would say, healthy person, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And then I mentioned again, there's a sense of spirituality here. Maybe that's why they find you mystical, like the mythical unicorn. Like, that's rare. It's unusual to find someone like you, and they're thinking about your uniqueness. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, I actually think this is referring to you in maybe a certain emotional sensitivity. And we got a horse in this picture, which is interesting because you chose the unicorn, which is a horse-like creature. So we got a couple of animals here. I think maybe it's indicative that this person thinks of you as someone who is kind and gentle and likes animals or has some kind of affinity with animals. Someone who, perhaps like our animal friends, is just very pure of heart. No drama. Because our animal friends, they don't go and talk about us behind our backs. They don't engage in toxic behavior towards us. They just give and receive love in just a very open-hearted and natural way. And looks like this person is thinking of you in that way. Option 7. Now, let's see what else they are thinking of you, option 7. What else is this person thinking of option 7? Defensiveness. And cynicism. And these two cards seem to want to come out too. I'm going to look at them. My plan is always to make all the piles be the same, but this reading has not been going that way, so hey, why not? We have fear of inadequacy and independence. Okay, so I think that you are the one they're thinking of as being independent. The defensiveness is, I think that this is them. I think that they are seeing all these wonderful things about you, and it's making them examine themselves and compare themselves to you. And what they are discovering is that in comparison to you, they are defensive, they are cynical, and they have a fear of inadequacy. And again here, this independence card, I think that's you actually, even though actually it could be them too. Because I'm just looking at the card here. It's for you perhaps in a positive way, but for them here, the image is of someone who's like literally blocking off any contact with others. Did they block you, or did you block them, or is this a blocking situation why there's no contact? Because I'm kind of, up until these cards, I was kind of curious as to what exactly is going on here, because I wasn't seeing a problem that would lead to a no contact situation. But here we see that it very well could be this person, that they are defensive, and it's because they're trying to protect themselves. They fear that they are not good enough, and so why even bother to try when it's just going to end badly? And so of course again they the cynicism, oh well, relationships don't work out anyway, or people's feelings change anyway, and what's the use, what's the point? So this person might have actually, again, self-isolated by somehow cutting you off or blocking themselves off, something to that effect. Let's see though. Let's see what else we can find out here about what they are thinking of you at this time. Option 7. Okay, we have the key, and we have the moon. So I think that, well, it's funny. We got these two cards here. We got the moon and we got full moon moment. Remember I was saying this person is feeling very emotional. about you. And so here it is again. And this is important. And again, you know, the lyric here, the song lyric says that you move them in this way. You move them, you know, emotionally. So what the cards are putting forward here, emphasizing, is that they have all these strong feelings for you. And if this is a romantic context, it is definitely romantic feelings. And they're aware of these feelings, even though they are defensive, cynical, and fearing their inadequacy. They are at least acknowledging the feelings. Okay, so what else is this person thinking of option 7 at this time? We have short illness, and we have rich gent. Okay, so this person, despite their defensiveness, cynicism, and the fear they have or whatever, it looks like they know that they don't want to give up on this, on you, and that they'll be back. You know, so if nothing's happening and you've got little or no communication going on, this is just temporary, because this person is struggling with some feelings of inadequacy within themselves. But once they recover from that, it looks like they'll be coming towards you again. As I said, option 7, this is, I think, the most positive of all the piles today. At any rate, I'm going to leave it here. So thank you very much for joining me, option 7. And until next time, and I hope there will be a next time, goodbye.